Are you ready to transform your perspective on life and find inner peace? In this video, we're delving into the world of Stoicism that has stood the test of time and continues to inspire individuals to lead a life of virtue, resilience, and tranquility. Lesson 1. Sometimes it's better to lose things. In our way of life, losing something is frequently connected to disappointment, melancholy, or sorrow. We often have a tendency to hold on to things and experience a sense of emptiness when they disappear, whether they be opportunities, relationships, or tangible items. An alternative viewpoint is provided by Stoicism, which urges us to accept loss as a chance for development and understanding. You will realize how liberating this idea can be once you completely get it, even though it may seem paradoxical at first. Things that we lose might remove unwanted burdens and diversions from our lives. We frequently cling to things because we are afraid of losing them, of changing, or of the unknown. But what if, in fact, losing something frees us up to breathe and concentrate on the things that really matter? Inner freedom, simplicity, and serenity become possible when we let go of things that no longer serve us. The idea of impermanence was held by the Stoics. They imparted the lesson that all we possess, all our relationships, and all our experiences are fleeting. Change is the one thing that never changes. Adhering to things as though they are enduring is a type of delusion that results in pain. Being wealthy doesn't mean owning a lot of stuff. Rather, it means having few desires. This idea challenges us to reconsider our relationship to both tangible and non-material objects. Losing things might occasionally make us face aspects of ourselves that we might otherwise want to ignore. It can show us where we've been placing an excessive amount of our identity, value, or happiness in the hands of other people. We get an opportunity to reassess our priorities and values when we lose something, and we may discover that we are better off without the items we were holding on to. Accepting loss implies realizing that suffering can serve as a teacher, not that it won't be unpleasant. It gives us the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adjust, and maintain our composure. We can learn to let go of things that don't further our higher purpose and concentrate on the things that really count: our inner peace, our deeds, and our character. By acknowledging that loss is a normal part of life. Lesson 2. Your actions carry more weight than your words. While it's simple to talk about our goals and plans for personal development, real advancement is achieved via deeds, not just words. According to Stoicism, our actions, rather than the declarations or goals we make, reflect who we are. While words are cheap, deeds demand dedication, self-control, and persistence. Don't waste any more time debating what makes a good man. Become one. This serves as a potent reminder that although discussing values, ideologies, and personal development is simple, actually putting them into practice on a daily basis can be difficult. In the terms of Stoicism, virtue is the ultimate good and manifests itself in deeds. This implies that we must act in a way that exemplifies being brave, wise, or compassionate. It is not enough to just talk about these traits. Our genuine selves are shown in the way we behave toward others, deal with difficulties, and bounce back from failures. In the view of Stoicism, we should concentrate on the things we can control, and our actions definitely come under that category. We have no control over other people's opinions, reactions, or what lies ahead. However, we are in charge of how we behave, present ourselves, and make choices based on our moral principles. Living by this school of Stoicism entails making the decision to do action, no matter how challenging it may be. It entails making the decision to behave honorably, even in private. It all comes down to acting consistently and making sure your deeds reflect the kind of person you wish to be. By doing this, you establish credibility and trust with other people, in addition to gaining self-respect. Lesson 3. Having discipline is preferable to having motivation alone. Motivation is not always a constant emotion. You may wake up one day motivated and eager to accomplish your goals, but the next day you may lose that drive. Discipline, not motivation, is the secret to steady advancement and achievement, according to Stoicism. It's discipline that gets you through the tough times when the fun wears off. External forces, or anything outside of oneself that ignites one's urge to act, are frequently associated with motivation. However, self-control originates from inside. It is a pledge to uphold your morals and beliefs, no matter how you are feeling at the time. It takes discipline to keep your word, honor commitments, and persevere through difficult times in order to achieve your goals. The Stoic philosophers recognize the value of self-control. If a man is not his own master, he is not free. This implies that the capacity for self-control and action judgment is the foundation of true freedom. Being disciplined is about controlling your own behavior and urges, not about punishing or depriving oneself. You run the danger of being inconsistent when you just depend on motivation. While discipline is a habit that can be developed and reinforced over time, motivation can fluctuate. Consider discipline to be like a muscle that gets stronger with use. You are strengthening your discipline every time you push past discomfort, withstand temptation, or maintain your focus on your objectives. Maintaining discipline also aids in preventing procrastination and managing distractions. When you are disciplined, you act without waiting for the ideal opportunity or emotion. Regardless of how you feel, you take care of what needs to be done. This is the difference between individuals who accomplish their goals and those who only have dreams about them. To apply this Stoic idea to your life, you must change your perspective. Rather than postponing motivation, concentrate on creating routines and habits that will help you achieve your objectives. Establish procedures that will help you maintain discipline, and be prepared to put in the effort even when it isn't fun. One aspect of self-respect is discipline. It's a pledge to the life you wish to build and to yourself. If discipline takes precedence over motivation, you will discover that you are able to accomplish more than you ever imagined. Lesson 4. Your regular behavior indicates your personality. Your character is reflected in the things you do. More about who you are can be found in your daily actions than in any words or title. One of the major tenets of Stoicism is that your actions in the world matter more than your self-proclaimed identity. Every new beginning originates from the conclusion of a previous beginning. Everything you do has an impact on the person you are becoming. Your identity is shaped by your choices, actions, and habits, which eventually come to define your character. You can tell a lot about a person by observing their behavior in private. Observe how they handle others who are powerless to assist them. Take note of how they respond to hardship, obstacles, and disappointments. These incidents expose a person's actual nature. According to Stoicism, virtue is a daily practice that you put into effect by your deeds rather than something you can accomplish all at once. Making the morally correct decision, even when it's challenging, is a sign of virtue. It entails behaving bravely, honorably, and kindly under all conditions. There are repercussions from your activities on the environment surrounding you. Behaving with integrity, kindness, and compassion encourages other people to follow in your footsteps. Your actions serve as an example to everyone around you, and they may eventually have a positive effect on your neighborhood and beyond. One of the few things that you can actually control is your behavior, which is why Stoicism places so much emphasis on controllable things. You can develop your character and live a life with meaning and purpose by accepting accountability for your deeds and making a commitment to live virtuously. Lesson 5. Even if it's difficult, facing the truth might help you feel better. Although confronting the truth can be difficult, Stoicism argues that doing so is necessary for emotional stability and personal development. Ignoring the truth can bring about short-term comfort, but ultimately it simply makes things worse. The Stoics held that facing unpleasant realities is the path to clarity and serenity, and that being honest with oneself is the cornerstone of wisdom. Sometimes we lie to ourselves, so we don't have to deal with hard truths. We make up tales to comfort ourselves, absolve ourselves of accountability, or boost our self-esteem. But this delusion of self serves only to hold us back. Truth is the greatest form of simplicity, as Seneca once stated. When we face the truth, the complications and illusions that impair our judgment and keep us from progressing are removed. It takes bravery to face the reality, but it also feels relieving. You are freed from the burden of avoidance or denial when you face a hard reality. When you have a clear understanding of the situation, you may start to make significant adjustments in your life. Accepting reality as it is, rather than as we would like it to be, is one of the core ideas of Stoicism. This is admitting the reality of a situation so that you can react appropriately, not giving up or putting your trust in fate. Facing the facts gives you the confidence to act and make choices based on fact rather than fiction. The Stoicism teaches that there is no need to be afraid of the truth. The fear of acknowledging the truth frequently outweighs the fact itself. When you face it, you might discover that it's not as horrible as you had thought, or that it presents fresh chances for development and recovery. According to Marcus Aurelius, what prevents action encourages action. The truth, in spite of its difficulty, has the power to inspire constructive change. What stands in the way becomes the way. Accepting this Stoic idea will help you gain the bravery to deal with life's obstacles in an honest and morally upright manner. You can stop trying to run away from or ignore reality, and instead confront every circumstance with intelligence and clarity. You will discover that, in the end, facing the truth, even when it's difficult, makes you stronger and more at peace with who you are. Lesson 6. Even before you start thinking, your gut feeling can tell you things. In the Stoic universe, reason is highly esteemed. But the Stoics also understood the value of gut instincts and intuition as a kind of wisdom that exists outside the conscious mind. Your body frequently uses your instinct, or gut feeling, to digest information and notify you of something significant before your logical mind has a chance to catch up. Stoicism urges us to pay attention to our inner wisdom, which includes intuition, a potent tool that can help you navigate difficult situations. Though reason and logic have a place, sometimes intuition can reveal ideas that your mind hasn't quite worked out. It's a delicate kind of understanding that can help you stay safe, make decisions that are in line with who you really are, and guide you in the correct direction. The Stoics held that all living things are related with the natural environment, and that this connection affords us access to an innate wisdom. Your body is trying to tell you something when you get a gut feeling, and it does so by using innate wisdom that you might not be aware of. But it's critical to recognize the difference between impulse responses and true intuition. Whereas impulsive behaviors are frequently motivated by fear, worry, or unresolved emotions, intuition arises from a state of peaceful awareness. In order to better tune in to our true instincts instead of letting transient emotions influence us, the Stoics encourage us to cultivate calmness and attention. It's not necessary to give up on logic or reason in order to follow your intuition. Rather, it entails incorporating two types of wisdom, your intuitive sense and your logical mind, into the process of making decisions. Honoring your intuition is a way to connect with a higher consciousness that can help you make the best decisions for yourself. You may improve your awareness of both yourself and your environment by following your intuition. It gives you more inner clarity and self-assurance because you know that you have access to wisdom that transcends reason. This Stoic idea empowers you to follow your gut and believe in yourself, which will help you overcome obstacles in life with a greater sense of purpose and awareness. Lesson 7. Act before you're completely ready. Start right now. The notion that we must wait to begin something new until we are completely ready is one of the main barriers to advancement. We frequently tell ourselves that we need more time, money, or education before we can start a project, whether it's a creative endeavor, a personal objective, or a job shift. However, Stoicism emphasizes that procrastinating by waiting for the ideal time can keep us from ever acting. You will never feel completely prepared. That much is true. There's always going to be more to figure out, plan, and perfect. However, you might never start at all if you wait for the ideal time. The Stoics realized that life is fleeting and uncertain, and that the only time we really have is right now. Even if you don't feel totally prepared, by acting today, you start the process of progress. Additionally, Launching ahead of schedule generates momentum. As you move forward, you acquire confidence and clarity after taking the initial step. Experience teaches you new lessons, and you grow in unexpected ways as you overcome obstacles. The most important thing is to start, even if it's not perfect, and have faith that you will work things out as you go. The practice of Stoicism encourages us to concentrate on the things we can control, and starting is always a choice. Although you have no power over the result, or the ability to foresee every hurdle, you do have the ability to initiate action. By doing this, you stop waiting for the ideal set of circumstances and take charge of your life and your objectives. You are encouraged to prioritize action over perfection by this Stoic idea. It serves as a reminder that action precedes inaction in terms of progress. Start today on whatever it is that you have been putting off. Embrace the fact that you will learn and develop as you go, and take the initial step, no matter how tiny. Lesson 8. Recognize that your thoughts create your reality. According to Stoicism, our perception of the universe is mostly determined by our thoughts. Whether we live in peace or chaos is largely determined by our ideas, rather than the outside world. The Stoics held that we can change our life and arrive at a condition of inner peace by becoming adept at controlling our thoughts. The core of Stoicism is the notion that our thoughts shape our world. It implies that the significance of the events in our lives is secondary to the way we understand and react to them. The same circumstance can happen to two people, but how they interpret it will decide whether they see it as a challenge or a catastrophe, an opportunity or a setback. The caliber of your thinking determines how happy your life will be. This succinct phrase emphasizes how important it is to pay attention to the ideas you entertain. Your environment will mirror your negativity if you are preoccupied with thoughts of dread, anxiety, or negativity all the time. However, if you decide to concentrate on thankfulness, hope, and purpose, things will start to change for the better in your life. Being aware of your thoughts does not entail repressing or dismissing uncomfortable feelings. Rather, it's about deciding to question ideas that don't benefit you and becoming conscious of the stories you tell yourself. According to Stoicism, we can reinterpret our experiences by altering the way we perceive them. Herein lies the actual source of strength, not mastery over outside circumstances, but mastery over our inner reaction to them. Through engaging in mindfulness practices related to your thoughts, you can develop an increased sense of inner calm and fortitude. You can remind yourself that your thoughts have the ability to influence your experience when obstacles come up. You have the option to view the circumstance as a chance for development, education, or self-improvement, as opposed to allowing negativity to consume you. This idea from the Stoics invites you to be accountable for the caliber of your thoughts and, consequently, the caliber of your life. It serves as a reminder that you are not powerless over outside forces and that your thoughts have the ability to influence the world around you. Lesson 9. The quality of your life can be determined by your mindset. Your perspective on the world is shaped by your mentality. It influences your perspective on obstacles, your reaction to setbacks, and your definition of success. While a negative, fixed attitude can trap you in a never-ending cycle of uncertainty, fear, and frustration, a positive, growth-oriented mindset enables you to perceive every event as a chance to grow and learn. Based on Stoicism, we always have the power to select our perspective, regardless of the situation we're in. What counts is how you respond to whatever happens to you. This implies that your happiness and success in life are more a function of your thinking than of outside circumstances. Resilience, flexibility, and acceptance are characteristics of a Stoic mindset. It's about realizing that while there are things in life that you cannot control, you can manage how you react to them. You can liberate yourself from the aggravation of attempting to alter circumstances that are out of your control by embracing an attitude of acceptance. Rather, you concentrate on what you can accomplish, how you can develop, get knowledge, and advance. Your ability to follow your aspirations and goals is also influenced by your thinking. You are more inclined to take chances, rise to difficulties, and keep going after failures if you think you can develop and get better. Conversely, if you think that your skills are set in stone, you could shy away from challenges and give up quickly when things get hard. Every one of these ideas challenges us to examine ourselves, accept accountability for our deeds and mentality, and lead more purposeful lives. According to Stoicism, genuine contentment and satisfaction originate from within, from our thoughts, deeds, and reactions to the outside world. The last tenet of Stoicism exhorts you to own your thinking and acknowledge its influence over your life. You may design a life that is full of meaning, fulfillment, and purpose by developing a mindset of growth, resilience, and optimism. Every one of these ideas challenges us to examine ourselves, accept accountability for our deeds and mentality, and lead more purposeful lives. According to Stoicism, genuine contentment and satisfaction originate from within, from our thoughts, deeds, and reactions to the outside world. These Stoic precepts can help you develop a life of discernment, fortitude, and tranquility. Knowing that you have the power to create a life that reflects your highest ideals and aspirations, and that you can control your thoughts and actions can help you handle life's problems with grace and strength. Stoicism is a look of life that has the power to improve people's lives. It is more than just a philosophy. You can unleash the potential for personal development, inner tranquility, and a life full of meaning and purpose by incorporating these 9 Stoic ideas into your everyday routine.